We are all strangers to each other, and alien races are generally tolerant of each other but always separate. If they lived together with open hatred and lived and died together, we would all be better off. If we keep to ourselves and stay apart, it's not natural to be with anyone other than our own kind. That was the way it was until the humans came. Most of the people did not let foreign refugees in, or rather, they did but never liked them. People did it. When humans first started building outposts and colonies, their world was flooded with new businesses and, of course, large numbers of people trying to avoid various conflicts. The most famous case involved a human bureaucrat who watched a group of fugitives from Akshara escape prosecution. In my own country, as I approached their embassy, the diplomat moaned in irritation at me for more documents. The refugees were nervous. We filled in all the aliens' omissions. We know how it works. I know we are not humans, but please help us. What does being human have to do with it? I hate doing paperwork. The refugees, surprisingly, did not have to wait for a special permit or file a federal case with the embassy to seek asylum. They simply let them, in the same way they would provide asylum to any one of their own species. It was at snail's pace, of course, but that was compared to the standard they settled on for a human colony among the humans themselves. They don't care that they look like spiders. People just want them to pay taxes and live like other citizens. They get special refugee status from another bureaucrat across the desk. Okay, fill these shapes, but these shapes are focused on people. Look, the ink doesn't care who keeps it. Just fill it out. The bureaucrat had more paperwork to fill out. He hoped there was still pizza left in the break room. The Arcturian refugee crisis didn't even reach their council until they formally asked for help. The chairman acknowledged the proposal to provide assistance to one of the ministers to the Bighorn reporter. If it's something to do with refugees, what do you think they're looking for? Asylum, yes, but they are not humans, so the galactic community quickly learns that while individual humans may be biased and certain groups may be xenophobic, humans process things differently. Their bureaucracy isn't species-based, and for the calculative aliens, that's another nuisance, just more people to deal with. They are not earth-shattering revelations to bureaucracies and people alike. Likewise, the aliens are just an annoyance. Any new nation is after humanity first and foremost, and it doesn't matter if the entity facing them has claws, grips, or hands. You know those damn papers you fill out? They do not have a unique shape. The new status does not apply to foreigners. They did not form committees to draft all the laws for foreigners but made adjustments where necessary. People are slow to change, but they don't resist when legal precedents arise, acting as if their world hasn't changed since first contact. It's just another part of life for them. When the Ulan arrived at this embassy long ago, they sat in a waiting room protected by soldiers, and to their surprise, they were shocked by what the human press reported. Our main story today is that the Teddy transport accident caused a shortage of quantum computer chips, the Uranian refugees were left in human space, and then one of them had a baby. Did the aliens think this would cause a diplomatic crisis? In fact, when they were asked to fill out birth certificates and other information, a federal agent showed up. He was surprised by the huge horned donkey. This child was born in one of our hospitals. Different alien species do not live together willingly or in large numbers, and none of them allow birthrights. However, within 5 years, dozens of horned donkeys were born. All the evidence shows that he never stopped working for them. He had plausible deniability. He appeared above the human colony where the majority of the Uruns were settled, handing those scum over there to be brought back to our space. This is the Earth Alliance in Moss. If you invade the Earth space, please leave immediately. These are our citizens. Give them up, shit. They are fugitives and they all deserve to die. We issue them in advance. If you wish to make an official request, immediately deactivate your weapons and proceed to the nearest federal outpost. The space station comes under a volley of missiles, and the Egan system becomes a battleground between pirate ships and settlement defenses. It took the Earth Alliance fleet several days to arrive. It was a cleanup operation. The colonel himself inflicted the greatest losses in what they called a kamikaze run on the field. The colony's Alliance frigates were heavily damaged, but the humans fought hard and won the Ulan shock. The Federation did not retaliate against them or try to extradite them. Any human in the galaxy who caused them harm was tried and convicted of a hate crime. Most believed that the rules of war applied to their own species and often did so by claiming war crimes were justified. Their views do not apply to aliens, but humans see them differently. Crimes against humanity are a philosophical term for human activity. This is not the case for species with few, if any, aliens joining their armies when there are more pirate attacks. The humans launched a full-scale attack on their main base. The human fleet is still new to the galaxy, but among their ranks are humans and Ulans eager for revenge and eager to help their new friends. The Earth Alliance suffers heavy losses, but the pirates are completely wiped out. Human and URL slaves were rescued, along with slaves of a dozen other races. The Erla community raised many human veterans, who joined them and lived proudly with their new friends. The first marriage between a human and an Erla took place only a month after the Great Raid and involved 3 large-horned donkeys. They want to accommodate others, but they think they will be left alone. No one was integrated into this plane, and then the infamous meeting was held after the news of marriage and adoption, where a member of the Galactic Council, the Khotan ambassador, roared in disgust. "We must remain pure. We can't mix together. It's better if we live on our own." People saw it differently. "We are all strangers to each other," their diplomat said, even among members of the same species. The counselor scoffed. If this is true, then all the reasons for remaining separate mixed communities, with all due respect, cause nothing but a disaster. "Ambassador, we've heard such things before." The man had a cool expression, "and I hardly think my adopter's daughter is going to kill me in my sleep." A council member chokes. "You think you have accepted it? We all have a foreign council member."